You call Gautier. Hi, Gautier. Yeah. Well, we're already online. Are you joining us? Oh, okay. Okay, sounds good. Yeah. Hello. Hello. And are you joining us? Hello. Yeah. We're online. Are you joining us? Oh, okay. Okay. I think Gautier said he's joining some.
Okay.
Yeah. So, well, in any case, let's just start. Like we have a recording and we also do minutes of meeting. And so, you can start with a debrief about the activity going on the venue and the dates that we are currently considering. And then from there, I think we can, you know, talk more about the details of the entire thing end to end because I have a brief for the detail of what the event is all about, and with the hope that we'll be able to fill in any gaps. And I think this is also something that I would like to actually distribute to everyone, and in case they have any comment. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually put it in the um, I'm gonna put it in the WhatsApp groups so that everybody can see it to know what we're trying to work on. So without much ado, Bukola, I say you can start while we wait for the other guys who said they're gonna join.
All right. Good evening, everyone. And it's nice to have everybody around. The update regarding the venue for the event. The last meeting we had, we concluded on the fourth, on the third and fourth. And because of the progress we have made regarding the reservation of the venue, we have to look at first day to have the program. And unanimously, we agree between 8th and 10th of November. I've been to four different places for those dates. RBC, I was there last week, and the dates available there, we had 8 and 9 of November available. And some of what I got from RBC is that they have the hall available, and also they are having the breakout rooms too available.
Hmm.
But the hall availability is without the audiovisual. Therefore, we have to like provide our own audiovisuals if we are going, or they could help us with their preferred partner that could provide that service for us. And also the RPC, we have to like they will have to provide us the catering service for the event. So for the price for the venue is 1900, but they have a discount of 50% based on the quantity of food we are ordering. Then that is exclusive of that. Then the breakout rooms, we have 350 for each of the rooms. I was shown two rooms on that day. Then the catering service says they are going to charge us 15% gratuity, and she explained that for me that the ordering we are making, that the amount, the price of those things, we are going to add 15% to it. She did the calculation actually, and that one is the later the if we are constraining them. But we have some constraints concerning this venue. The parking there is $18 per day. We have the basement for us, but we said we are going to pay for the parking. That's the only thing I can say is
So, but I
on this.
also recollect you mentioned the breakout room is actually not on the same floor as the.
The breakout is also is on the ground floor, while the main hall is on the first floor. Therefore, it was like that's the only small space we have. The other spaces are bigger.
Okay.
Then it, she said the reservation is without commitment, and that was last week when I went. That is going to hold it for like a week. She
Okay.
promised to get back to me actually, but she gave me the plan for the place so that in case we needed to plan our event, she gave me that way.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I
Great.
haven't received any message from her since that time. And sincerely, I've not followed up to that because I wanted to come to the meeting when once we conclude and we are pursuing that side, then I'll be able to establish more conversation with her. That was for that side, the Ag center. Then also I've been to this Coastal Hotel. That one is in progress. I'm in conversation with the sales manager today. Since last week, he got back to me today, and the situation with them is that I've not seen the place. I just saw the picture he sent to me,
Mm.
and I will have loved for us to see the place to be able to like. I
Yeah.
saw the RB. I can say more that place compared to just seeing a place on the screen and you know how the place looks like. But tentatively, we are going to be seeing next week Tuesday. We've
Mm.
arranged to see at 10 a.m. next week Tuesday. Everything working out, then I'll be able to raise other questions that I have regarding the stay. That is for the big cost hotel. From their prices, their hall is 1,500. Their
Mm.
breakout room is their breakout room is around $300. Day two, they are going to provide the catering services. I have not been able to establish whether the audiovisual is going to be included in their hall charge, charges or we
Mm.
are going to like provide our own audiovisual. Those are the things I'm going to be asking when I get to see in person. And for their own side, there will be $500 commitment fee if they are
Okay.
going to be
That
for us
is to lock down the.
worked out the place.
Mm.
That is the concern regarding the Viscot hotel.
So, but for
Then
the Viscount God, sorry, what is the size of the hall itself?
I don't have an idea of the size of the hall, but what he sent on the he sent me to format like a detailed picture, and they have different halls.
Okay.
Therefore, I saw that I have to take capacity for purpose. I have
Okay.
not been able to in the hall. The one I just think servers from the number they put for the capacity, but they have so many halls, and that's why I wanted to be there in person
Yeah.
to pinpoint that in one time by looking at
Yeah. Okay. Makes
that.
sense. Okay. Go
Then
ahead.
they have 15% gratuity to their food and catering services they are providing, and as they are providing it, it's not negotiable. They have to, it's part of the package if they are going
Okay.
to be taken.
Yeah,
That is what I
I'm not surprised about that. You know, most of them will always, want that because it's part of their service, right? And they want to keep their operations running.
said. I can forward the course of the week, the progress we make, and concerning the contract. So I can forward it to you. I think you have one. If you don't have it, so that you go to it as well, so that I'll be able to know their contract are what they need to provide to them. The third place is the Canada in Polo Park. That
Mm.
one is progress. I spoke with the sales manager last week. I sent her a mail, but she didn't reply my mail. But on Wednesday this week, one of the sales he has moved the case to another person. I'm now talking with Anna.
Okay.
I I mail or they check my mail. I gave her a call again today, but I haven't heard from her. The
Okay.
Canada space is only available on the 8th and on the 10th. She told me that the 9th is fully booked. The purpose of my engagement with them is to be able to compare their prices, and that will like they kind of guide us and give us a kind of an idea of how our budget might be if we eventually going to be able to make our budget. Now, I've seen the difference between RBC and Discord Gallery. Now, if I get their own details, to it will be able to like help us be able to come up with kind of an
Mm.
estimate that one.
Yeah.
And that's the just for seeing that price because ninth is not available, and the program is we are thinking of having it on the ninth. Although it's we because ninth is on a Thursday, 10th is on a Friday. Therefore, the spaces days are still like between those
Yeah.
days.
So tentatively now we're thinking of Thursday for the in-person in Winnipeg, and then Wednesday for the virtual, right? 8 and 9, right? So, because I think the idea we had was, okay, if people are coming to Winnipeg, then they have Friday a kind of an opportunity to socialize, before going back to wherever they are coming from. At least it's an opportunity to know what Winnipeg looks like. It's not just coming for the event and then not even exploring Winnipeg itself. So that's kind of what the Friday is supposed to be about. So, thanks, Bukala. So what I think I'm hearing is that the Canada Inn, we don't really have any information right now in terms of the
No,
Canada
no,
Inn.
for the
Yeah.
Canada.
So you are meeting with them next week, Tuesday, to
So I'm meeting with this court girl,
go on
but
Tuesday,
I'm still,
okay.
uh, but I will still follow up with them on Tuesday to see if any chance of
Mm,
seeing the sales manager for that one too.
okay.
I'm planning to just go that route again on Tuesday and see how this goes.
Okay.
If
And then on yeah, I think these three are really good though. Like I was also thinking that there are actually some also close to the airport, like Victoria Inn. I think Victoria Inn is somewhere close to the airport, but I've not used that place before, so I don't really know much about. But I've attended an event there, even though they didn't have any breakout session in that one, so I couldn't really tell if they had breakout rooms in the Victoria Hotel area. So, yeah, thanks for the effort. So, if you guys look at the WhatsApp, I sent a brief overview of the event itself, like a breakdown of what this event is about. I've sent in the Calgary networking WhatsApp as well, and also sent to the Winnipeg networking WhatsApp. So I'm just going to go over it with us here so that we can have an idea of what the main event, like the scope of the event itself, what it's gonna be, what it's gonna look like. So let me share my screen here. So it's something we have to tailor down to really what we want. But at this point, there's a high level overview of the event itself that we can then start, resourcing volunteers for especially those key aspects of it. So, um, the event name, we haven't really decided yet. I know we there's a lot of things that we actually brainstorm on, but this one is saying Empower Connect 2023. I think I have a lot of other suggestions around what that is, in terms of the title of the event itself, but I don't think that's a big deal. It's something we can really figure out over time. Let me see. I got some suggestion. Yeah, maybe I can't really get them right now, but we can get to that later. So, but what we have here is Empower Connect 2023. So we have this date. This is Thursday and Friday, November. So location Winnipeg, Canada for the in-person 1 day, and then there is a 1 day virtual. So it's an hybrid event. The objective here is to to empower BIPOC professionals and entrepreneurs for success in the Canadian industry. This career and industry networking web provides a platform for networking, knowledge exchange, and also professional development. It's something that maybe we can enrich better to include the entrepreneurs as well. But I think for the most part, in the programming itself, I think it also covers that aspects. The event focuses on fostering meaningful connections, creating opportunities, promoting diversity and inclusion within the industry. I mean, if we don't do it, nobody's gonna do it. All right. So that is kind of the push from this programming here, that it's high time we actually get involved in ensuring that there is inclusion and diversity. You know, we can ask, but we can take it to the next level by actually fostering that diversity and inclusion through our own programming. So this is also one of the key uh, objectives of this event. So the key deliverable here is the networking opportunities. So there are some suggestions as to the type of event that we can really organize to support the objective of creating networking opportunities. Like the speed networking sessions for participants to meet multiple professionals. I think we did this in Toronto last year, October. Um, and then panel discussions, roundtable sessions. So this will be the ones happening in a breakout session to engage with industry experts, and mentorship matchmaking program to connect emerging talents with experienced professionals. So I see it's gonna be, when it comes to the networking, it will be between the speed networking sessions and the mentorship matchmaking. I don't really know the type of way we can make this happen, because really for mentorship matchmaking, I feel like it's something that will actually go beyond just the event. So there could be a way that we could deliver that maybe over the virtual platform that we're going to be using, to enable that there is a follow up from all those connections that have been made. So I think Odoo actually provides some type of features in this area that we can have this virtual type of thing that is going on, aside from the in-person that has happened. Then there is industry specific meetups and breakout sessions for focused networking. This is where we will have specific industry tailored topic. And I think there are some suggestions around what those topics might be, around maybe digital transformation in supply chain, or things around information technology, maybe something around analytics. If we can get experts in this area to talk about maybe artificial intelligence impact in the industry. Yeah, I'm just kind of throwing it out there, but this is something that we'll talk more about when it comes to, the programming in itself, to see how we can start engaging people that would participate. Engaging content, so keynote speeches by renowned industry leaders, I hope you guys know any renowned industry leaders in in Calgary or in Alberta and Winnipeg, Manitoba, and Ontario as well, and also Saskatchewan, by the way, because we also want to have activities going on in Saskatchewan as well. Interactive panel session on the industry trend, challenges and opportunities, insightful presentation and case studies from industries. So I think there's a way we can kind of marry that to those panel discussions and roundtable sessions. There is the aspects that actually has to do with entrepreneurs, which that are highlighted here. So there is this thought around, okay, how about have some type of activities where people can, maybe get some help with resume building, especially the newcomers, or even maybe just kind of a little workshop that volunteers can help with in terms of getting them uh, onto a good footing when it comes to how they write their resume from the industry perspective. So some potential workshop which we probably are looking at Odoo for this one. So if we can actually have an Odoo, um, game plan, because they have this game that they actually use in teaching on business processes. So that's what we're thinking for that one. Um, yeah, I think there is this one. We had this one already. This is opportunity to connect with mentors. Then the exhibitor engagement. So we're also looking at maybe engaging exhibitors. These are entrepreneurs or these are maybe sponsors for the event. Will have the opportunity to bring their product services, and then also maybe having discussions with people for maybe potential opportunities, then also maybe having recruiters and companies representative at booths, all these type of things to engage the participants. And then of course there's the diversity and inclusion part of it. So this is something that we will really require. So this is something like not what we have actually, discussed or touched on. I mean, like I was saying the other time, like, okay, well, this is even a place to start where the volunteers that we have that are planning this event are also, we reflect diversity because that's really, where we can start from. So I'd mentioned the idea of engaging, people of diverse background, also even in our planning. So having this idea of bringing in people that I've worked with before, like maybe my past students who are really excited and passionate about supply chain and they want to also participate. So these are the ways I'm thinking about this. And also, uh, it might also be something we can publish, like a volunteer position, just maybe for 3 months or something like that, for people who really saying, oh, we want Canadian experience and, we don't have, we're not given the opportunity because they say you need to have Canadian experience. So this is also an opportunity to help in that regard. So it's something where we might actually have to post for volunteer roles on this event so that people can actually participate. So it might be something we need to work together on as far as the volunteer roles are concerned. So these are the areas where we need people to help. Um, So that's why I'm really highlighting all of these things now. So the timeline itself, right now I think we've been doing this meeting. It's just 1 month, right? Or is it almost 2 months now? So these are the deliverables for the first 2 months. Okay, so I'm not sure we've been able to I think we've at least we defined the event objectives now. We have target audience. We're talking about entrepreneurs and newcomers, people in supply chain operations and project management. So we kind of figure that out, and also the theme, we figure that out already. And conduct market research on industry trends and needs of BIPOC. I think that also is something that we could say we've achieved. Identify potential speaker. Yeah, so this is where we are behind now. We've not really been able to do this. The potential speaker, panelists, workshop facilitators will need to be generating ideas about different people that would probably would make the event a successful event. Like who are those industry experts that would like to bring on board. And to this particular aspect, Gautier, I think you had mentioned you'll be able to support in this area. So I will also like to work with those who will be nominating themselves to work in identifying panelists, speakers, and facilitators for the workshop. So we also have not determined the virtual platform that we are going to use. I think I had a discussion with Ina the other day. So let's just say now you are on top of this one. We're exploring those virtual platforms that we'll probably be using. With regarding to organizing the event itself, I think Odoo has some functionalities, but maybe may not have functionalities for hosting the event itself, but for organizing the event, yeah, it does have features for that. To the extent that even it could take registration and all of those things, and then this registration could be pushed to the website. Like if we have registration forms and stuff like that, could be pushed to the website. If we have some time, I can actually show some of that. Then sponsorship and partnership application. So this is also another key deliverable. So this is what we are supposed to be pushing right now. If we had actually been able to complete this part. So the budget also, we are behind on the budget. We haven't really been able to develop the budget, and then also identify potential sponsor or partner. We've identified some, but I think where we are right now is actually getting like a sponsorship package ready that we can put in the letters that we send out or the invitation that we send out to the potential sponsors. I'm working on that. Hopefully, it's something I can be able to finalize this coming week if other things don't get in the way. So this is kind of where we are. The other stuff is the sponsorship, the event promotion and marketing, which we will need people for all of these things. We will need people on the planning committee to handle this, and then the program development, to finalize the event agenda itself, schedule, confirm keynote speakers and all of that stuff, coordinate the logistics for travel arrangement, blah blah blah. If we have people that are coming from outside, and then design workshop sessions and learning materials, which is something that will be done basically by the speakers. Create a networking plan and opportunities for attendees. So this is tied to what we have mentioned earlier about creating networking opportunities. So these are like action plans. Okay, so because this is a project, let's just call this the project scope of work itself. So and then there is a virtual event presentation, I mean preparation, that we also need to work on. I actually want somebody to handle the virtual event project management. um, so somebody who probably their own focus is on the virtual event itself, whereas we know right now Bukola is the one, taking care of the in-person. We want somebody else to be handling the virtual. So the in-person logistics, so that's we already know that's the one that we have Bukola working on. Um, and then strategies for attending engagement, both virtual and in person, and then the execution itself. This is when the event is taking place itself. manage registration, checking, opposite session scheduling, speaker management, blah blah blah, all those stuffs, all of those stuffs. So those are all the objectives. These are just ideas for all the things that we have talked about so far when it comes to the scope of the event itself. So I don't know if anybody have any question at this point, so at least we know this is what we are working on, and we just start resourcing this all these key areas so that we know, okay, whenever we have our meeting next time, we just have people who are telling us what is going on in all these different areas. So Bio, Balaji Guti, Bukola, any comments?
Um, um, Good evening, all.
Good evening.
For me,
Good in the
everything seems to be um, well. In order, the document as you have prepared lists out all the different steps that we need in order to be able to achieve what we want. I would just like to say that I will be volunteering as part of the online execution team.
Okay.
Um, I don't know about whether I can champion. I've never done it before, so I don't know what needs to be done. But I would like to be part of the team for the online event logistics and
Okay. Yeah, that'll
yeah.
that'll
So
that'll be awesome. Yeah. So I think if you're working on the online the virtual event, then I think this area that you have here is something that you really need to then zoom in on. So I already had in looking at the potential virtual event platform. Zoom is something we are very familiar with, so we are looking at maybe we can even use Zoom, but we need to really look at the Zoom features to see which of the feature actually supports what we are trying to do, to simulate like breakout sessions where we'll have events, like maybe sessions ongoing in three different breakout rooms at the same time, and then how do we organize all of that through this platform? So I think it'd be a matter of maybe even reaching out to people within Zoom to provide more details. And then then we can have like a kind of caucus meeting where Nna is in there and Bio also on that group, and then we can come back maybe in 2 weeks' time and really, provide the roadmap for delivering the virtual event aspects of it. I hope that makes sense. But this
okay, yes,
is
yes,
this is
yes.
this is the scope when it comes to the virtual event aspects of it.
All right, no problem. That's fine by me.
Yeah. So, so that's something I will also say you'll be the one to keep tab on that aspects for the administration part of it, like scheduling the meetings to maybe speak with the guys who are, running Zoom to know, okay, what are the features, what can we do, and and we could also explore what options are out there. Like there are other options aside from, I know there is WebEx, I know there is Teams, but I think there are other ones that are actually dedicated for this type of virtual experience, when it comes to conferences. So I will leave it to you guys to do some of this research work and to make the phone calls, send the emails. If Bio, if there is any type of emails that you would like to be executed through serial projects, and I will be able to do that. Okay,
All
so
right, no problem. Yeah.
uh,
I'd just like to ask that could you send me a copy of this document?
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't have
yeah,
it so that
sure,
I can be able to go. All right, thank you.
I'll send it to you. Okay then. Any other comments? Gautier, I haven't heard from you. I think yours was regarding the speakers, if I remember. Is Gautier there?
Yes, that was the speakers. So I haven't been successful on getting one. Because one thing that I was waiting on was also the date. So we know we have the date already set. So that's November.
Yeah.
So I use that to better communicate and see um, who can be there. So what I also needed was the theme that we are looking at. Is we need people who are specialized in those areas.
Yeah. So I think when it comes to the theme, this is something that also we need to discuss around the program itself. So maybe what we'll do, Gautier, is let's have some discussion during the course of the next 2 weeks to really conceptualize what the program will be in terms of, okay, what kind of areas of industry trends are we looking at, what kind of topic are we looking, and then that will inform us of what whom we should be reaching out to speak. Does that make sense? And
Yeah,
then maybe at
definitely.
that time we'll be able to come up with potential speakers based on that. So
That works.
if you are looking at any area, Goche, this will be this area that you know we 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 can work together to really fine tune to further develop in terms of the program, the topics. I think I have some suggestions around the topics, but this is something we can go over together, and then we can really nail it down to what are the different topics that will be exciting for you know the uh, the people who are participating in the networking event, and then we can start exploring the different speakers that will potentially be able to handle those topics. So what I'll just say then in conclusion is, Gautier, I'll reach out to you over the course of the next few days so that we can come up with some type of elaborate topics of interest. And
Okay,
then,
that works.
yeah,
Are you going to share?
I didn't hear that. I
Are you
think
going to share
the stock.
this
Yeah,
with us?
definitely. Yeah, I think I also put it,
Okay.
I already put it in a WhatsApp group. So, but it's something I can
Okay.
also share with you. I can share with you here. T can already share with you here. Yeah, I think he's warning me about sending it out. So I think you have a serial projects mail. So let me send it there. Okay, no problem. I'll take care of it. I'll send it over to your email, serial projects email.
Okay, that works. So I can read and we can discuss after.
Okay then. Thank you. Okay, so that is it for now, unless there is any other comment. Bukola, do you have any other comments around this? Does it align with what you had on mind?
Yeah, thank you. It's in line with what we have in mind. And you said, we are still going to work more on some of these ideas that we are having now. It's just there for us to
To tailor it, yeah.
establish, to tailor it towards all these points. Like since you posted the document on the page, I will review it as well. And if anything I have, I will get in touch with you.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so I think that's all I have. What is really key for us right now, like I said, in terms of the timeline, um, in terms of a timeline, really, this is where we still are in the conceptual phase, and we really should be moving to this phase right now. Like, I'm working on the sponsorship proposal, so I'm kind of taking the lead on the sponsorship aspects of things. Yeah, so we're not doing really that bad here. It's just that I need time to really focus and get the proposal out. It's something that maybe when I have I have an idea of what the sponsorship package should look like. I will also share that with you guys because I already drafted something around the sponsorship package. And I think I had that discussion with a little bit too in terms of what type of I think we discussed this the gifts. Okay, we just discussed the gifts. We didn't really discuss the sponsorship package. So I have some draft here that I can also send, and maybe something we also would this we have to discuss it definitely in the next 2 weeks because it should actually be something that we're working on right now. So I will have it sent in the next 1 week, and then maybe the other week you'll have gone over it to be able to say, okay, maybe these are your ideas and things that we should maybe do differently. So that's if I think we have a couple of more minutes. I might just quickly do show you what we have on Odoo because I've been saying we have something on Odoo, but haven't really shown you. So let me quickly do that to show a bit of what we have available on Odoo in terms of the event management. So you could do event organization. So like all of these things that we're doing, like on you know on regarding the execution of the event itself, everything could actually be done on Odoo except the virtual stuff. So which we said we probably will be looking at using Zoom and maybe some other. So this is the Odoo server. So and also it connects back to a website. So the website is what it would load now, and the website also that's also part of what I think would be part of the virtual group will have to be working on because everything that they're doing is being executed through this platform, right? So this is the website. It's bare, so because there's really nothing here right now, but you can see if you click on next event here, you can see I actually had a draft of the event.
Sorry,
So,
Pedro, we're not seeing anything.
oh,
We're
okay,
just seeing a
oh,
Is
okay, sorry, let me, oh, I thought I shared it. Okay. How about now? Can you see it now?
yes.
there?
Okay, so I had a draft, I'm just kind of testing this platform anyways. So this is the draft of the event. So you can see virtual ticket, VIP, virtual here is being considered to be free VIP. I just kind of gave a random number here. And then this is where we'll put the event details. And then I think people can then register by clicking on this. So all of this still needs some type of configuration and customization to actually show the branding of Syria projects and the Supply Jobs Canada. So the other thing that I wanted to show is the organization part of it. So this is actually the front end. So the back end itself is what I'm trying to show right now. Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's my computer that is being slow. Yeah, I'm trying to go to the event management app. Okay, I'm just gonna stop it. Try again. Okay, so this is the event management app itself. So you can see where I've scheduled this. So basically there are a lot of things that could be done in the back end. You can see we can display booths. So that's why I said this connects back to the virtual programming stuff. You could also, display maybe different events that are scheduled, but now we might then have to connect it through the virtual platform that we're using. When people see these different event tracks, this maybe there's a team A, team B, team C. So it's something that could be scheduled here, and then people can actually then pick the events or the events that they would like to attend out of those different tracks. So there's also sponsors booth, that could be displayed here virtually. So like I said, when it comes to virtual, Odoo can actually handle it. But then when it comes to the sessions itself, the virtual session, like the meetings and all that, yeah, maybe not. I've not really been able to confirm that I actually cannot do that. The worst that could happen is that there could be some type of third-party apps that we can integrate with it to actually be able to do that. So yeah, so in terms of the organization itself, it actually could handle it. It actually has this like a Kanban, which shows it, at this point it's showing it at the level of drafting. So once we have confirmed everything, it comes to this stage and then announce this is when we actually make the public, and then this is the other stage, like when the event is actually live. So I think he has some type of reporting attendees. So we can see all the attendees data here. We can also see, I believe, the revenue that is being generated from the sale of the ticket and maybe other stuffs. I believe it could also be used for purchasing maybe souvenirs and stuff. And yeah, so these are all the um, so if we also want to do lead generation, I think it has a lot of different things. Those create leads when attendees register, so we can actually use this to generate leads from those events and people who are registered. So that's one thing I know at least it can do. But on the other side, it connects with the website as well. So anything that we publish here, it could get pushed to the website. So let me see. So you can see, go to website. So you can also see rooms here. That is, rooms can also be created here. So rooms allow your event attendees to meet up and chat on different topics. But this room, I'm not really sure if it's the rooms where the sessions itself is taking place, or this is just some type of chat room, because this just says attendees meet up and chat. So it's probably a place where we can create some type of rooms where if we had a topic about digital transformation, like people can actually still be engaging on that topic even when the event has been passed, and this create kind of ongoing networking engagement, even after the event is passed. So these are so far what I can see in terms of the ability of Odoo to support the virtual programming. um, yeah, that's it. I don't know if there's any other comment or anything. We passed 8 o'clock. But if you have any question, I can attend to it before we go.
Yeah, just a quick one. Thanks for the
Mm,
explanation about the Odoo Enterprise platform. I want to ask about the in-person event, the breakout section.
yeah.
How long are we looking at for them?
Mm.
The whole day event,
Event,
because
yeah.
this will these places I'm going because they were like, I know the breakout rooms are not going to be for the whole day. It's just the hall that we're going to be using for the whole day.
Yeah, yeah.
An idea of how long we will use it, so I would not say that the breakout room is just for like 2 hours or an hour thereabout.
So the breakout rooms, like if we are having the way we have our programming, if we are having two, three different type of topics that will be ongoing, let's say in between the sessions that are going on in the main hall, then it's something that we might have like a ballpark of 1 hour for each of those. So if let's say we are actually having like two different topics to be discussed in the breakout rooms, right? So that will be like I will give it a ballpark of 3 hours, in the breakout rooms. The other thing, and thank you for asking that question because it's really not something we have done before to think about, okay, this is what it's gonna look like, and this is some of the things I would like to discuss with Gautier as well. Once I meet with Gautier, we can really see what this structure will look like in terms of the delivery itself. And then we
Yeah,
can bring that here to really further fine tune it amongst the group here. The other question I have is also on the booth display. So have you guys discussed that, like where we can have a space where people can actually the sponsors can display their booths and stuff like that? Is this something that is part of the ongoing discussion with the hotels, Bukola?
like I discussed
Like it
that
could be
with
something at the back of the main hall, or maybe they have a corridor where the sponsors can actually have their booths displayed.
oh I didn't discuss that at length with this. Uh,
Hmm. Yeah,
but
because it's one
if I
of the
go back,
things we are going to put in as a value proposition for the sponsors.
yeah, I did remember I mentioned it in my email to the person, and he replied me that he's able to accommodate all my requests. And
Okay.
when I go, I'll discuss that with him. And
Yeah, so because you don't want a situation where now they will say, oh, that's an extra amount, things like that. And we don't even know what size of the display um thing that they want to give us. Is it
so
just a corridor? I know the Fiscan God, no one normally I would see people do it in a corridor. But in terms of what's it called now? RBC, I know normally once they have finished all the main programming, they have a period for networking, and this is also when the boot thing is also ongoing. I think it normally takes place in the main hall itself. I couldn't remember, but it's a question you can pose to them as well. So because they have the experience, they can say, "Oh, this is the way it normally works," right?
I will note that in my
Okay. Okay.
sponsor.
So that's all I got, guys. Thanks for coming. Bolaji, we didn't hear anything from you. You still there? Gucci, thanks for the contribution, Bio and Na. So at least we have something to do in the next couple of days to present in the coming two weeks.
Yeah, Abby, I'm actually here. So I actually came today as an observer to what is going on or what is
Okay.
ongoing. I know you've shared on the WhatsApp platform all the details, activities, and that's needed to be done. So I will go through it, and I shall revert of which area I can come in and volunteer. So fingers crossed. We're going to see again tomorrow. So I'll go through it today and
Okay then.
I'll get back to you on that. So thank you guys for having me, and thank you guys for doing good job. So we look forward to a successful event. Thank you guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice having you.
Hmm. Okay, guys. Bye for now. Have a good one.
All right, bye everybody.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Happy Canada Day, everyone.
Yeah, happy Canada
Yeah,
Day.
have a Canada Day, everyone. Have fun tomorrow.
Yes, sir.